Science says only 8% of people achieve their goals. What makes some people successful and others stay stagnant? How do we identify the qualities and skills necessary to elevate our lives? Well, that's what I want to talk about. That's what my energy is all about. My goal is to help inspire people to be their best selves. These conversations will help people identify their best qualities, bring them out, and understand how to develop plans to achieve their goals. I'm TheKaylaB, and welcome to the Big Boss Energy Podcast. What's up, everyone? It's your girl, TheKaylaB, and welcome back to the Big Boss Energy Podcast. This is episode 3. Really excited to be here this week. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Definitely want to keep the content coming and spread this message to many others who may need to receive it. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, as I just mentioned, because that really helps the channel's growth, and I would really appreciate it. So thanks for everybody who's tuning back in. As you know, I started this a few weeks ago, and this is episode 3. So this week, I want to just hop right in, and we'll be talking about mind over matter, how controlling my mind, how being able to effectively gain control and better understand how the mind works, how it is moving on a day-to-day basis, how it's affecting me, has really challenged me as an individual, as well as pushed me to new limits and made changes within my career and my personal life. So I want to go ahead and just dive into some of the practices that I took up this year that I really feel like shifted my mindset and my mentality to help me get further ahead, whether that was in my personal career or not. So with that being said, if you're new to this podcast, we talk about all things around just building and developing skills, whether that's for your personal, career, or business goals. And we want to help identify those skills within individuals. So that is what I started the channel about. That is what Big Boss Energy Podcast is about. So let's go ahead and hop into episode 3. Matter. So I wanted to kick this episode off with this, to start it off with mastering the mind, right? When I think about the mind, it is our most powerful asset. Whatever we do with the mind, everything in body and spirit typically follow. So when I started to really get interested in working on self, developing myself as an individual, wanting to push myself to new places and limits, I took a step back and I had to get quiet and I had to go inside. And something I noticed was that my mindset started to change when I took those actions. What do I mean by my mindset started to change? The way I viewed myself, the way I viewed my interactions with others in the world, the way that I internalized certain behaviors and things that I may have been initially doing subconsciously, not really understanding why I would react to certain things in certain ways, why I was motivated by certain things. Really getting to the root of who I am as an individual has definitely helped me to prosper and really look forward and look within, and looking within has brought me forward. So when I say mastering the mind, one of the biggest things, sorry, the camera's just shaking. One of the biggest things is that I've had to master self-control. Self-control comes from me being able to enable discipline in my life. And I feel like whenever my mind is all over the place, I can't bring it to a still place, I'm feeling anxious or stressed, it doesn't really allow for that, right? So I had to start really figuring out mechanisms and ways that I could not only deal with the stress that I was having from work, from my side hustles, but how do I also then bring it together and balance that energy out, right? So I have all this energy moving from work and doing things, and then I have all this energy from just my thoughts going a million miles an hour. I mean, sleeping, I just up all night. There were things that I started to realize, okay, you need to take control of these things if you want to put yourself in position to prosper. You can't be staying up all night. You'll be tired the next day. Then you won't be effective in whatever you're trying to accomplish. I typically like waking up really early in the morning. I feel as though I can do my best work when it's really quiet. I don't have anything going on. My phone isn't blowing up a million times a day. So really being able to master self-control is something that I would really suggest. And I think that is a skill that really helps to elevate you to the next level, because once you master self-control, you start to really understand how you can become more disciplined and put control and boundaries in certain areas of your life. And I feel like the result of that definitely has been a really positive result ever since I've started to really go inside. And more specifically, what I started doing was I really started to meditate. And at first, I would always tell people I liked meditation more than yoga. At that point, I wasn't even nowhere near close to really tapping into the levels of meditation that I am now, and how quickly I can still and quiet myself and ground myself. But this skill, a lot of people say they wake up, they meditate. A lot of successful people do yoga or meditate daily. And I started to, really just wonder a little bit more and more, what is it about meditation that people are gravitating to so heavily that they say really enhances other parts of their life? And I am here to tell you, meditation has changed my life significantly. Not even a little bit. We're talking about a radical shift in perspective, a radical shift in how I view things, how I receive things. Healing has taken place. I am even able, I feel like, to really receive messages and still voices. And the second thing that I really want to go into is that voice in our head. There was a book that I was reading, and I really cannot recall the name, but the book basically stated that the voice in our head, treat it as your roommate. Treat it as somebody who's sitting on your couch, a friend. Would you take advice from your friend on every single thing on the planet? Imagine you have your subconscious voice that talks to us, and this is the voice in your head that might, when you wake up and you have one strand of hair that's like, girl, that hair looks so crazy, you need to do this, or, those things that help us self-doubt ourselves, lack of motivation, right? Where is that voice coming from, and how do we silence it? The power to silence that voice within your head is a crucial skill that I feel like people really need to identify. But if we don't even identify where that voice is, or the fact that it is our subconscious mind playing somewhat tricks on us, or just not tricks, but, talking about things that are in your subconscious mind. They're just there, right? So that doesn't mean that you should act on them or respond to them. It means that you should identify there is a subconscious voice that is speaking to me within myself. And not everything it's saying may be true. Maybe it's my insecurities that are speaking. Maybe it's my trauma that is speaking. Maybe it's a whole bunch of other things that are relaying those messages to my subconscious. And so now if you separate that voice, take it out your mind and sit it on a couch with you, imagine something that will not stop talking all freaking day. You would probably look over and just say, shut up. And the same act needs to happen within our brain. When we can't silence all the voices and the thoughts, we have to figure out a way to silence and ground. And that is something that has been groundbreaking in my life, is being able to silence that voice, identify it as a subconscious or a negative thought or something that may not be fostering the best positive reaction for me on my day-to-day basis. And then I silence that and I can move forward and I don't think about it. And guess what? It takes a lot of practice to do it. It is not something that took overnight. And I will say I started doing that way before I started meditating. But it takes a long time, guys. This is not something, none of these practices, you're going to go try it tonight and you're going to see the results today. But what I can assure you is if you put in the discipline, the commitment, and you stay consistent, these things really do pay off, right? So what has it taught me? It's taught me my self-power as an individual. It has taught me that not everything that I've been told is what I actually believe about myself. Not everything that I've seen or intaked and let come through my subconscious is a true reflection of my current moment, my current circumstance. So those are some of the things that I learned, and I really do feel like it becomes more effective for you to show up in your day-to-day life, things that you may be going through, because of the fact that you are so much more in tune with yourself. Going within has really, really helped me to identify my strengths, my weaknesses. It has definitely enhanced and strengthened my spirituality on a whole new level. Being able to really connect with God, with Jesus, with Source, the universe, whatever it is that you're into, it will definitely strengthen that relationship and bring you a lot closer. But more importantly, I do feel like something that really changed was I stopped chasing money, and I really am now feeling like I'm stepping into fulfilling my purpose, which is just helping people, educating people, speaking to people, teaching them. I feel like I definitely have a niche for this. And I feel like it started from doing this for businesses and presenting myself and showing up in a certain way. And then starting to begin to realize, okay, you have a natural innate nature to want to speak to people, to want to help. You do this for people around you all the time, your friends, your family, people come to you for advice. How can you now drive your purpose a little more? It's become more clear to me that this is what I should be doing. And as you can see, it's made me way more consistent in my YouTube, in what I'm producing, because I have an understanding of what it is that I'm trying to accomplish. And for a long time, I do feel like before I started meditating, I really didn't really have something that solidified and confirmed that I was standing in my purpose a lot. And I feel like I would just always feel like it was going to be validated by making a certain amount or being this successful. And something I've really, really come to realize is when you do shift your mindset into abundance and gratitude and many other aspects of just self-growth and self-enhancing and more positivity on a day-to-day in your life, I feel like it affects everything. If I'm being transparent, this year I did the least and I've made the most money I have ever made in my life. I stopped my businesses and thank God. I don't know how it happened. The past 90 days, I think I've averaged making anywhere from like 20 something thousand between my commissions coming in, bonuses, my normal salary, and my goal's 40. So 6 months ago, I thought I was so much further from my goal, and out of nowhere, the consistency in my day-to-day job picked up. And, with that, I was able to start making a certain amount of commissions. My company started running monthly runs on commissions. Then I switched jobs, bonuses, it just started to happen naturally. It started to align, and I wasn't having to put in 10 times more work. And I'm not saying that you won't have to work hard and then things are just going to fall in your lap. But I think what I'm trying to get at is the moment that I shifted from chasing money to chasing my purpose and fulfilling what I needed to do on a day-to-day basis, the money just started to come. And my goals and whatever I put into the universe naturally started to gravitate to me. And hopefully with this new business venture that I will tell you guys about in a whole nother episode, hopefully I will be close to reaching my goal of $40,000 a month, which is it's been my goal for a while now. So if it happens in 2023, guys, I am going to be so elated because I cannot tell you the journey has been really long to get to that point. And even just sitting back the other day, I was reflecting like, y'all, I am going into my 7th year of tech and just that is crazy. So, sometimes I'm like, dang, like, I really wish I should be here in my tech career. Or I should be doing this. And I'm like, when you show up every day to something for 7 years, it is time for you to make a certain amount of money. You deserve that. You showed up, you paid your dues. You didn't just sit on your ass and then one day you got paid. You put in the work, and now I'm evolving and I'm stepping into a new chapter, and I'm hoping that, I'm not hoping, I'm claiming in 2023, we are going to reach the $40,000 a month goal. But until then, I'm also learning to enjoy the moment and be present where I'm at. And that is something that being able to still yourself and ground yourself daily will help you to really enhance your gratitude because you have the ability to live and feel in that moment. I was somebody who was extremely anxious, and I hide my anxiety really well by overworking. I like go, because I don't want to think about anything when I'm anxious or when I'm nervous. And I go through a lot behind scenes. Like, I just want everybody to know my life is not perfect in any way, shape, or form. The information I am giving you is solely just based on experiences and personal things that I've been through and what I've seen working for me. But I can also just advise you to figure out and tap into whatever works for you if this message doesn't necessarily resonate with you. But yeah, it definitely has been a journey, but it definitely has helped me to reduce my anxiety, reduce my stress. I feel as though things just come to me a lot more naturally now. The way that I manifest things is kind of by just letting go. And that was something I had to really, really take control of because I'm a 1, OCD planner, and 2, I keep everything OCD organized from files on my laptop to that's the only way that I get things done is if I create effective processes. And I think that because of that, it would cause a lot of stress. So now being able to set the process up, step away, and allow whatever is going to happen to that process to happen to it, understand that, it's sales. Sometimes you're going to sell, sometimes you're not. You got to keep it rolling. You got to keep it moving. That's a skill. That is something you got to work on, really being able to let things go and just allow the universe, allow God, allow its natural course to just take it where it's going to be. Because a lot of times when we bring that anxious or stressed energy into work, we're not able to make effective decisions. Our emotions can blind us or sway us from the decisions that we're actually making on a day-to-day. So really just, being able to go within and meditate has really helped. The mind, like I said before, the body and spirit will follow once you get your mind right. And then I feel like on top of that, your business and your career will be enhanced as well due to the fact that you are now effectively optimizing your mind better every day, right? You're seeing things more clearly. You're not as stressed when you're working. You're, taking risk and you feel confident about them because you're in tune with yourself. You're walking in your purpose and feeling as though whatever you're getting up every day and doing, you're able to identify and receive the confirmations that are sent to us for you to be able to understand those things, right? So I think there has been a ton of benefits that have not only affected me on a personal level, but then have relayed into my career and my job and my businesses for me to be able to really identify what I want to be doing on a day-to-day and how I really want to come in and show up as my best self. And to do that, I do feel like going within and really controlling mind over all matters is a really positive way to do that, So with that being said, I do just want to remind everyone, if you are new to the channel, I do offer career consultation services, and I don't know why I didn't mention this before on other episodes, but yeah, be sure to click the link below. I've helped over 44 people transition into tech so far, and I think that if you are on that journey, booking a call with me will really help you. I do strategy consultation calls. So if you're in one industry looking to transition into the next, I pretty much can help you assess where you currently are. We create a strategy together, and then we help you figure out ways that you can execute on that strategy to position yourself for success. So with that being said, y'all, this was episode 3. Just another quick tidbit, dropping in, giving you some light, shedding some more things, and I hope that it was insightful. I hope that you were able to learn some things throughout this episode, and it's been a pleasure to do Big Boss Energy episode 3 with you again today. See you next week, and I hope that the Thanksgiving holidays was amazing, and we are just here to enjoy good times, show gratitude, and most importantly, be grateful to be able to spend the holidays with our friends and family. And if you are not somebody in that situation, I just want to send you lots of love during these holiday times. With that being said, it's your girl, KaylaB, and that was another episode